Good morning, children. Welcome to today's session. Today, we are going to learn about an important concept that is atoms and molecules. And in the previous chapter, we have understood about matter and also mixtures. So, we know that according to physical classification, matter has three states, that is, solid, liquid, and gases. But according to chemical classification, matter can also be classified into elements, compounds, and mixtures. So, before understanding atoms and molecules, we have to understand matter is classified into elements, compounds, and mixtures. So, mixtures we have already understood in the previous chapter. We are going to learn about elements and compounds. And what are these elements now? Elements are nothing but pure substances, you know that. And there are 118 elements which have been discovered so far, out of which 92 elements are naturally occurring elements and the rest are man-made. So I have taken the first 20 elements here, and it has been shown in the symbolic form, and each and every element have their own symbols, so we can write it in the short form. And here we have hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, and calcium. So these 20 elements have taken. And what are elements actually? What are these elements are made up of? If you take hydrogen elements, it is a gas, and it is made up of only hydrogen atoms. So now you understood atoms. Atoms means it is very small, um, last particle of an element or any matter. So if you take carbon, carbon is made up of only carbon atoms. And if you take helium, helium is also made up of only helium atoms. But each and every atom is different from hydrogen atom is different from carbon atom, helium atom is different from hydrogen atom. Like that, each and every element has their own atoms, so they are said to be elements. Now come to compounds. What are compounds then? Compounds are formed by the combination of elements. If the elements have combined in the particular ratio, and they form compounds. If you observe this picture, we have helium atom, one helium atom, and we have two oxygen atoms here. And if two oxygen atom is there, means it is said to be one molecule. Here only one atom is present, so it is said to be atom. So two atom or two or more atom combines means it is said to be a molecule now. So if you take in this example, here we have two different, but in this the both have not combined. If you take here, hydrogen atoms are there, two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom is present. So three atoms are present here, and they are also said to be molecule. But here two different elements have been combined. Say hydrogen is present, atoms are present, and oxygen atoms are present. So two elements have combined to form a compound. That means compound is formed by the combination of atoms of elements. So hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms have combined into H2O ratio, and this is said to be a compound. So water is a compound now. Now let us move on to the next concept, that is law of chemical combination. That means how compounds have combined. Combination is based on certain laws, and they are known as laws of combination. And there are mainly two types of chemical combination, that is law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportion. So first we shall understand how uh, compounds have formed, that is because of law of conservation of mass. What is the law states? This law states that the total mass of the product of a chemical reaction is equal to the total mass of the reactants that have combined. It is very simple. where if you take a chemical reaction, we are speaking about chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction we have two parts, that is reactant side and product side. In the reactant side, whatever the mass or whatever the amount of the substance is present, same amount will be present in the product side also, but it will be in the another form. This is what the law states. Or this law can also be state as mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. That means in a chemical reaction we cannot create any mass or create any or destroy any mass. This law was given by a French chemist who is called as Antoine Lavoisier in 1774, and he is known as the father of chemistry. And for example, for this law of conservation of mass, we have one example. Say, in a chemical reaction, 4 grams of sodium carbonate is reacted with 10 grams of hydrochloric acid. So, two reactants are combining here. They both are reacting to form a product. That is a mixture of 2.5 grams of carbon dioxide and 11.5 grams of sodium chloride. And they are asking, is this data in agreement with the law of conservation of mass? That means this reaction is uh, agreeing with the law of conservation of mass. Let us prove it. See, sodium carbonate and hydrogen chloride has combined to form sodium chloride and carbon dioxide. The same things whatever it is given there have taken here, and it can also be written in the short form, that is in their symbol form, that is Na2CO3 plus H2HCl give rise to NaCl plus CO2. And we know the amount mass, that is sodium carbonate for 4 grams and hydrochloric acid 10 grams. Now they have we have the product. When these two have combined, we have product like sodium chloride, which is 11.5 grams, and carbon dioxide, which is 2.5 grams. If they combined, means we have got both same amount in reactant side and even in the product side. That means the law is stating that the total amount of product what we get, that is 14 grams in a chemical reaction, is equal to the total mass of the reactants that have combined. This law is stating correct. That means mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. In a chemical reaction, whatever the amount it is produced or reacted here, and the same amount will be produced in the product side also, and it is not at all destroyed, and we are creating any mass here. So this law will state like this. So this proves that yes, we cannot create a mass or destroy a mass. Moving on to the next concept, the next law, that is law of constant proportion. What this law states, that this law states a pure chemical compound always consists of a same elements that have combined together in a fixed proportion by mass. And this law was given by French chemist, that is Joseph Proust in 1799. And what is the meaning of this law? And in a chemical compound, if you take a pure compound, say water, it should be pure compound. It always consists of same elements. That means hydrogen and oxygen that have combined together in a fixed proportion by mass, and mass of the elements like hydrogen mass and oxygen mass, they have combined in a fixed proportion. Say example, we have a compound of carbon dioxide, can be formed in many ways. Say carbon dioxide can be released in different ways, like if you take by burning carbon or coke. If you take any carbon substance, if you burn it in the air, you will get carbon dioxide, that is CO2. Or if you heat the limestone strongly, limestone can also be called in calcium carbonate chemically, and when you heat it, there also you will get carbon dioxide. By reacting sodium carbonate, that is also called as washing soda, with hydrochloric acid, as there also you will get carbon dioxide. See, where in all the three conditions, we will get carbon dioxide, that is CO2, that is in the form of fixed ratio by mass. That is, see, carbon is combined in the 12 mass of the in the ratio 12 is to 32. That means carbon mass is 12 and oxygen mass is 16 actually. If you take one single oxygen, say the mass of one carbon atom is 12, mass of one oxygen atom is 16. When they combine into CO2, we have oxygen 2 atoms here. So if you multiply this, see, carbon, it is 12, mass of carbon is 12 and is to 16, oxygen mass is 16, but we have 2 atoms of oxygen, that is 16 into 2, and if you multiply it, we will get 12 is to 32. So this is the constant proportion, and if you simplify it, we will get 3 is to 8. So CO2 is combined. If you take carbon dioxide as a compound, it is a pure compound and it always consists of the same elements, that is carbon and oxygen, that are combined together in a fixed proportion by mass, that is 12 is to 32 or 3 is to 8. So we have understood about two different types of laws today, and also elements and compounds. Thank you, children.